Welcome to Fun Python Projects. In this video, which is the second one, we are looking at another very cute project talking about building a digital calendar with Python. In the previous video, we had built a multiplication table generator. So let's look at how this goes on Google Colab. Okay, so we want to build a digital calendar, and it will be a terminal calendar. So where we can save events to a JSON file. So the tips here will involve things like days with events show a tiny dot. So if there's an event on a particular date, so a dot will be shown near the date, next to the number, right? So files persist in events.json in the same folder. So let's see how this goes. So first of all, we have this simple underscore calendar underscore CLI.py. So of course we can run it directly here. So we have simple digital calendar CLI. So we can view a monthly calendar, add events, we can add the title, the optional time, the notes, and we can list event for a specific date. We can have data persist. We can persist data in events.json as you're going to see. So any event you create, you're going to check it out under this place. So you can see there's no file here right now. Okay, so now let's start. You say from double underscore future, double underscore import annotations, then import calendar, import JSON, from datetime, import date and datetime because you're going to be working with dates. Then from path lib, import path. Then our data file it's going to be saved in our data is going to be saved in event.json. That's why we declare data underscore file equals path event.json. And then we have this, we have Okay, I want to show everything at once. Okay, so we define the function load events. So if you need to create any event, load events as a dictionary. If data underscore file exists, then you try return json.load data underscore file dot read underscore text, encoding is UTF-8, except json.json decoder error. And it will print if there's an error, so there'll be a warning. Event.json was corrupt, start afresh. Starting fresh. Then to return whatever it has to return. Then you define another function called save event. Okay, so you have event saved as a dictionary like that. So you have data underscore file dot write underscore text, json.dumps event indent equals to ensure underscore ASCII equals false, encoding the CTF-8. Then you can then define format the date also as a string. So you have year, month, and day. Then you can define the print month. Okay, so you have year as integer, month as integer, and events as a dictionary altogether. And you have your calendar.text calendar, first weekday, 6. That's it. So you are going to have a Sunday start to the event. So build set of days that have events. So day underscore with underscore events will now be integer k.split. You have that dash there too for k in events. If k dot starts with f, for this, I think year, four digits, month, 2 digits like that. They have lines. So this calendar now dot format month y comma m dot split lines. Then you have the header weekdays, and then you have weeks will be in line. So you have printer header, print header, print weekdays. So for W in weeks now, add a dot next to any day that has event. So you have part equals W dot split, then rebuild a fixed width row so it stays aligned. So you have the row I is 0 for CH in W. If CH dot is digit, then you break. So I is plus or equal to 1. So it will keep updating the I like that in 1 steps each. Then you can render each day in 2 character cells. So you have the cells initialized. So for cell in W of I like that split. So denom is integer of the cell. Then the marker is this dot if denom in days with events. Else C cells and the cells dot append will now be denom greater than 2. You have a marker. Then you can pad to start column. So you have leading equals W dot dot in square bracket dot I full colon I, right? Then reconstruct it to weekly layout with spacing similar to default. So you have print leading plus, you have the space there, the joint cells. Then you can define add event. So you have the event as dictionary, then D as date, going to none like that. So print adding event for the format date. So the date you would have typed in, right? Then the title input title required. So you put the title. If not title, then you can cancel title required. Then return time string, input time in hours and minutes, and that is optional if you want. Then you can strip it of any space before and after. I mean, we've done this whole stripping thing when we're looking at strings under Python basics, like that. So notes is input notes, which is also optional. If you need a note, it's optional. So you don't. So you can see this title is required. So you must put a title. But if you don't want to put notes, it's okay. Then you have the payload title. If time underscore str, you have payload time is time underscore str. If notes, payload of notes is notes. Then key is format date d. Event does set default key dot append payload like that. So then you can also list the events that you would have typed in like that. So you want to sit better with this to look at how it all goes. It's a whole lot. So but when you run the code, I mean, it's just one cell. So when you run this code now, okay, so see what it's telling you. First of all, it's giving you the simple digital calendar. So this is September 2025. Today is, I mean, in Japan, it's 11:54, 29th of September 2025. So you can see this is the calendar here now. So today is 29th, being a Monday, like that. So here now, it tells you the commands. Next, if you want next month, for instance, if I want next month, I just type N and it takes me to, so it shows me October. We started with September. Now it's showing me October 2025, right? So if I want next month again, I just type another N. So it gives me November 2025 like this. If I want next month, I just type N. It gives me December 2025. So Christmas this year, what day is it going to be? For instance, this is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So Christmas 2025 is going to be on a Thursday like that. Then we can keep going. If you want to go back to the previous month, that's P here now. So you just type P. So P enter. It's not case sensitive, by the way, because now it has taken me back to November. So if I type even small letter P, it's not case sensitive. It takes me back to October. So what if I want to know what's happening today? If there's an event today, so I just type capital T or small t, and then it tells me, okay, today. So I can only find today. So for today, there's no special information, right? For today, there's no special information. Then I can want to add an event. So in this case, now I go for add an event. So type A and press enter. So here now it's asking me add event, the year, the month, and the day. So let me imagine that. Let me see which events can I really think of right now. This is September, right? Okay. Uh, Okay, yes, we have an event on the 4th, Saturday, 4th of October, 2025. So I do 2025 dash. So the month is October, that's 10. Then the day is 04. So I press enter and then it asks me for the title, which is not required, by the way, but I have to type it. It is called Pi View Space Forum. Pi View Space Forum. That's the name of the event. And then it's asking me for the time. The time is 2 p.m. No, it's 2 p.m. Nigerian time. I'll just write 2 p.m. like that. So I just say 02, then 00. I press enter. Another note is optional. So maybe I can just write, I am moderating. I am moderating the event. Okay. And I press enter. So you see that event is added like that. Okay. I may want to add another event. I'll just go to A again. So I type A, press enter. Okay. So let me say I have maybe next Sunday service, 2025. The month is October, that's 10. The day is 05. So the title required, I just say FCBC Sunday service, FCBC Sunday service. Okay. And then I press enter. The time is 3 p.m. So I just say 0300. Okay. Okay, well, since I started with Nigerian time, let me just maintain that. So that'll be 7 a.m. Nigerian time, 700. I press enter. That has been added. So if you want to see a list, okay, let me add one more event. Let me think of another event. Okay, let's do Christmas. Okay, note is optional, right? Sunday service. I just say get ready. Okay, note get ready. Good. So I want to add another event. I just type A again. So it's not case sensitive. I can just type small letter A and press enter. So again, I say 2025, right? 2025. The month is December. Okay, let me say wedding anniversary. Nice. So 2025 12. The day is 26. So I say title wedding anniversary. Wedding anniversary. enter notes. Oh, okay, time. Okay, let me just say 12 midnight, which is 4 p.m. in Nigeria. So I'll just say 1600 if that's allowed. Let me see. Okay, that's allowed. Okay, good. So notes, notes. So the notes here, I'll just say get ready, prepare for a trip. Okay, prepare for a trip. Okay, then I press enter. So now I've added 3 events now. What if I want to see all the events I've added? All I just need to do is type small letter L or that capital letter L. I just press L and I press enter. So, okay, what's that now? Oh, okay, yeah, L. So it's asking me list of event for which day now. So I'll have, let me say the, let me go for Sunday, Sunday service, yeah? Or let me go for 5 space. Okay, so that's 2025, October 4th. I press enter. So once I do that, so you see, it shows me that 5 space forum is at 2, and I am moderating the event. So it shows me that right now. So if I want to see what's happening there, so I can go for next month, right? So to see, because it's in October, so you can see I have an event on the 4th, there's a dot on that. I have an event on the 5th. Okay. Now, let me add one more event. Maybe what if I have more than one event on a particular day? So this 50 Sunday service, right? So let me add a to it. Let me add another event, right? And say 2025. The month is 10, the day is 05. The title required is let's say autumn party. Let me just make that up. Autumn party. Enter. The time, say, let me say 5:30 p.m. Okay. That's like 17 minus, so that's like 9009. That'll be 0930. Enter. Notes. Prepare to enjoy. I mean, let me just say that, prepare to enjoy. So I just put that. So now I want to now list the events on that 5th of November now. I mean 5th of October. So I can list, so I just say, I type L, small letter or big letter is fine. And I say 2025 October, then the date is 5, right? So I press that. So you see, it shows me, okay, we have FCBC Sunday service at 7, get ready, autumn party at 9:30, prepare to enjoy, something like that. So we can do all of these things. So there's a third event. I mean, there are 2 other events. Let me list this event too. We have 5 space. So for 5 space, we have 2025 October. Okay, I think I had seen that before. I had seen 5 space. Yeah. So I've seen 5 space. So let me go for what's that now? I think it's Christmas, I mean, wedding anniversary. So that's 2025, 12, 26. Okay. And I press enter. So it just brings me the wedding anniversary at uh, 1600. Prepare for a trip. Okay. So, and since this is in December, let me go for December. So let me just go for next. That will give us November. Next again. So we see 26 has a dot on it. So it means there's an event on that day. So having done all of this, I can just press Q, capital letter Q or small letter Q, and quit, and everything is done. So with that, I come to the end of this very interesting video on building a digital calendar. So you can look at this and have a nice time exploring its features. Don't forget, you can find this code sheet by just looking at the Google. There's a Google Drive link either on Facebook or on YouTube. You can click on that and you can get all the code sheets for all the projects that will be going on in this playlist. Okay, let me know how helpful this is for you, and if there's something you like on the trial, feel very free to let me know. If you have subscribed already, I said thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, why not go ahead and subscribe right away and hit the notification bell so you can always get alerted each time a new video is released. Having done that, don't forget to click on join if you want, so you can explore the possibility of becoming a member of this channel, which grants you some special privileges. Okay. Ultimately, don't forget to comment, like, and share so that more people can have access to the great content I have going on here. Till I come your way again, keep doing Python right. Bye.